Let's welcome to the show Chancellor Jackson, author of 14 Days in Beijing. How are you, Chancellor?
Hey man, Rich, every day is a great day. The choice is yours. That's how I like to look at things. I appreciate you for having me on, man, for real.
Yeah, once I read your bio, I said this is going to be a good story. Having been to China, having been to Beijing, and seeing how strict they are there, and feeling like
Mm,
everywhere I went, someone was watching me. And I
mm.
thought sometimes they were in my pocket. I didn't know. There's a little kids who just come up out of nowhere and say things to me, and I said, "These guys are watching every move I make, no matter what I do. They know what I'm doing here in China." So
Nah, definitely.
I'm glad I was able to get you on here and hear some of your stories. So why don't you tell the audience a little bit about you?
Yeah, so Chancellor K. Jackson, born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. So don't get this hat confused now. Yeah, we Braves now. We Brave Team Braves over here. That's just the closest hat I can find. You feel me? Closest hat I can find. But yeah, born and raised in Atlanta. Played football vast majority of my life. For those that are football fans, I'm a DB at heart. That's the only position I've ever played my entire career. Strong safety, free safety, corner, nickel corner, you name it. I played every position
The
in the
whole
second
defensive
division.
backfield.
Yes, literally,
Nice.
entirely. But played in high school, was able to play in college at the D1 level for 4 years after I graduated from Stetson University with a bachelor's degree in communication and media studies. I landed my first job in China teaching English to children, ironically. That's how I ended up out there. You know what I mean? But it was a process just to get to that point. I was applying and interviewing for various jobs, various companies, all in America, and I kept getting told no for
Oh,
8 months. First job to tell me yes after 8 months of applying and interviewing was on the other side of the world. So being a fresh college graduate that's eager, hungry, trying to make a name for themselves, especially one that played football vast majority of his life, now has to re-identify himself all over again. Yeah, I'm saying I was just like I was down for any and everything. But the only people that really wanted to give me a shot was on China. So I'm like, hey, China want to rock with the kid. Hey, it look like we going to China, baby. Hey, for real, where we going? So I was out there for 6 months total. I was supposed to do a year. That's how long my contract was set for. Only ended up doing 6 months because I got locked up out there on 6 months. It was 14 days. Then I spent to America. Continue to teach. I coach high school football now. Um, and really just getting more into my entrepreneurship bag. Honestly, just different endeavors, trying to find something that'll work. In addition to writing and selling books, getting into crypto and the Turo game, renting cars out and stuff like that. And I'm partnered with a nonprofit as well, where we work. While I come to play, we have a life skills segment of the nonprofit, and we work with at-risk teens. And we use my book as a part of our lessons. So yeah, I just got my hands dipped in a bunch of different things, just running a couple marathons, trying to get established, man.
so you're staying busy, keeping your head going straight. I
Just
mean,
trying to find my purpose, man. Football came to the end. I'm like, well, that wasn't the purpose. That was just a dream I was chasing. What's my purpose? Shit, I can't answer that. And my best way to figure that out, I just got to try a bunch of different things, for real.
I think your strength of your upbringing, putting you through school, making sure you had school, and used football as a tool to get through school, helped you out and helped grow your mind a little more.
Without a doubt, football play had such a huge impact on my life. As far as just the discipline aspect, the work ethic, the coachability standpoint, like it's a lot of lessons and skills that you can gather from playing the sport, especially at the D1 level. Oh my goodness, yeah, you're gonna get it 10 times fold. So when it's time for you to enter real world, man, your skin's so thick. You know what I'm saying? You can handle adversity when adversity strikes his head, his ugly head. You know what I mean? Adversity introduces a man to himself. So depending on that individual, you know what I'm saying, that adversity may make them or break them.
Either it'll highlight your strengths and weaknesses immediately. Adversity
Without
will
a doubt. Without a doubt. And really just see what you made of too.
definitely.
See how much backbone you got. You know what I'm saying? How much what's your character? You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like it's a true test. You know what I mean? and only the strong survive.
And that's evident in your survival through the system overseas is way different than here as far as incarceration. Yeah. I mean, here you'll get your meals every day. There, you get what they want to give you. You may get a visitor. You may get a lawyer. Sometimes you don't even get that overseas because it's not a right.
Yeah.
Communist country. You get what they want. And how did you deal with that? Not the unknown, basically, when you're inside that fence.
I mean, really just I had to hold myself accountable because of what I got locked up for. We'll get into that as we continue to talk about the story, but I had to hold myself accountable. You know what I mean? There was nobody else to point or blame but myself. So that was an easy step to do. You know what I'm saying? Just because I play football, you're going to fuck up in football. You got to hold yourself accountable when you do. You know what I mean? And your teammates going to hold you accountable. Your coach going to hold you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else going to hold you accountable. You got to hold yourself accountable first and foremost. So really just football, honestly, just like you said, entering the unknown, not knowing what's going on, just receiving orders and just following them. You know what I'm saying? Not receiving no reasoning. Why are you getting these orders? You think if coach came out to the field talking about, oh, we got these sprints lined down. Damn, coach, bro, what's up? Bro, you tripping, bro? Why we gotta run? It's none of that. What we finna do? We finna line down and we finna run these sprints. See what I'm saying? So just being able to receive orders without an explanation of why was nothing that was brand new to me. Right. You know what I'm saying? We up 6 o'clock in the morning for God knows why. But we up there, we up and at them. You know what I'm saying? We up and at them just cause. So definitely football definitely helped just my mental state of being able to be in the unknown and to be cordial, be patient, be understanding, and you know what I'm saying, just open, you know what I'm saying? Really just open to whatever it is that's finna come. We have no clue, like in football, we have no clue what we finna do. So we at the end of the day, we know we got to do it when it's all said and done with, whether we agree with it or not. If you don't agree with it, you can gladly take your ass home. The choice is yours. So, you know what I mean? So yeah, it really wasn't that big of a challenge for me per se, just because I came from you know what I'm saying, a familiar background.
Right. And now you said you coach high school. You coach DBs, or did you branch out to somewhere else?
Coach DBs. I wouldn't dare coach a position I had never played. I don't see how people do that. It's like I can't do that. Yeah, no, I can't teach you. I can teach you just from a mindset standpoint, just how your mindset should be as far as, but technique and fundamentals and stuff is like, hey, my expertise is only so much in comparison to just defensive back drills we can goddamn do, and you know what I'm saying. I'm not that to a T. We can do that all day, but anything else is like, go ask Coach. What's the name? We got to pull this up on YouTube. I'm watching it with you. We learning together. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Yeah, I've seen that done before. It's good. You can do this. I'm talented. So how'd your season go this year? I know Georgia and they already finished up most of their seasons, right? They're on states now.
Yeah, we did not have the record nobody would want. We didn't have the record anybody would want or anybody plans on having when, you know what I'm saying, this year is just beginning. But hey, we're gonna take it with a grain of salt, you know what I'm saying? Go back to the drawing board, and all we can do now is prepare for next year. Let's just see, this past season is in the past now, so we flush it and just start working for, you know what I'm saying, the new season coming 2022.
Yeah, 2022. You start doing spring drills here pretty soon, you get them going, and then back in the weight room in the summer, and then bam, right back at it. It's like short memory in football, so you got to go forward always.
No, me for real. Only the real know that though.
Yeah, I didn't. I played freshman year of high school, then didn't play sophomore, junior, senior because I didn't like coach, and then I walked on in college and played 2 years.
Oh, that's lit.
And we played. I lost 14 straight games in college. So I understand that the bad side of the football. It's rough, but I made a lot of good brothers and friends on that field.
Man, that's all that really matters when it's all said and done with. Of course, if you can get the wins and the championships, oh yeah, that's just icing on the cake. But like you said, it's just those relationships that you build. It's like no other. My homecoming just passed this past weekend. I just got back from Florida, so it's like, man, we were sorry when I was at college. You know what I'm saying? When like we was 5. So, but like you said, just that camaraderie and relationships you build, man, it's like no other. Whether we win or lose, we're gonna sit here and reminisce on everything. You know what I'm saying, and have a good laugh at it, pleasant laugh.
We're all gonna laugh. Remember that time you ran into the tackling dummy and fell? And
all of that.
Or that time you broke your ankle when the wide receiver ran by you. It's all right.
I'm telling you, all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like no other, man. That camaraderie, it's like no other.
And you said you just had your homecoming. Did all the team make it back, or a good majority?
Good majority did. So it was just dope. We got to relive college all over again. So it was lit. I'm talking about there's a lot of drinking. A lot of
videos.
Yeah. a lot of drinking going on. It was lit though. It was lit. I miss it already.
Get back next year, get on the parade float and get in there.
Already, you know what I mean? I told them like we need to have a little halftime show with all the alumni that come back. You know what I'm saying? Let us play like a flag football game or something during that time. That'd be so lit. I feel like that'd be so dope. I think that'd be cool.
They probably won't do it, so they're afraid one of you will get hurt and want to sue or something. Hurt bad.
Extra work they got to do.
Yeah. Want to do more paperwork than that.
What? I'm like, y'all to use up all your eligibility now. Go ahead on. Move on.
So when you went to Stetson, was that your first trip out of Georgia, or did you travel before that?
I did travel before that. I traveled to the Bahamas.
Oh, nice.
3 times, and to London twice.
Ooh.
But these are pretty much early on in my childhood. So we talk elementary school. So Beijing was definitely, even though it was my first time traveling abroad, it was still new just because I'm like, bro, I'm finna be an adult traveling by myself. I'm not traveling. I'm finna move to the other side of the world by myself. You know what I mean? So it was definitely a first in that aspect for sure. And especially just being an adult. When I'm a kid, I'm doing whatever my mama and you know what I'm saying, they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like I'm out here solo dolo. Oh yeah, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something.
Yes, when you're a kid, you just say yes, ma'am, yes, sir, and do what you're told, and try not to beg for too much stuff.
I mean, I don't know I barely know what's going on anyway. You know what I'm saying? I just know we someplace different. That's all I know. I'm not really taking in the fact that, like, bro, you in a completely different land. You're doing something that most of your peers will never get to experience. Like, you getting immersed into a different culture, different vibration, frequency, all of that. Like this is a major move you're making.
Oh yeah.
It didn't really register with me at that age, just because I'm just young. I'm just going with the flow. But I was an adult and went to China. I'm like, oh man, I've been lit. I've been doing this for a little minute now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh yeah, we're just moving forward. Oh man, I can't wait to travel and live abroad again, or definitely just travel abroad for sure.
Yeah, it's fun when you're getting over there and visiting different cultures and immersing yourself, like you said, getting in there and understanding how they live compared to what we do and take advantage of here.
Oh me, and it grows your horizon and your perspective on life in general, because we only know life to be one or two things based on where we come from.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. What we consider taboo is fucking regular someplace else. You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying, day. So it's just like, who's to say what's the right and wrong way of living? You know what I mean? That's why I say traveling is crucial, bro, because you just learn so much about life. You know what I'm saying? How life is lived everywhere, you know what I'm saying, just based on where you at on the globe, you know what I mean? And it's drastically different. So it's just like, man.
Even within our 50 states, you can see different ways of living just within our 50 states. Even within Georgia, you go from where you are up in the Fulton County area down to Savannah, it's two different worlds.
drastically, literally, especially everything in between, because Georgia ain't talking about nothing aside from Atlanta. So you know what I'm saying? So we talking a whole different world for real, for real. So it's like, man, traveling is just so pivotal to just growth in
I
general.
think every child should have to travel at some point before they get out of high school, just so
Oh,
they
yeah.
can witness it.
Oh yeah, shit, quite a few times, honestly.
Yeah.
Just one time ain't enough. One time you just getting your feet wet. You really don't, especially being young, you don't know what the hell going on. You just going with the flow. But to be able to truly understand the journey you're embarking on, like it's gonna take a couple times. It's gonna take a couple reps for sure.
Coming from the military perspective, which a lot of the audience is, a lot of us have met people that never left their hometown before joining the military. Next thing you know, you're on a bus or a plane going to get your butt scuffed in boot camp and then getting put into a unit and think, oh, this is horrible. Life is horrible outside my house.
No, dead ass. You know what I'm saying? Just push you outside your comfort zone, and not many people just willing to be pushed. And you know what I'm saying? If they are pushed, you know what I'm saying, are just open-minded enough to accept or embrace that uncomfort. You know what I mean? So hell yeah, man. Just that shit it's pivotal. Traveling is pivotal.
It either makes, like we said earlier, either makes you or breaks you.
Yeah. I mean, choice is yours. Yeah,
we all make choices.
Yeah, it was a vibe, man. I learned a lot. I enjoyed China thoroughly. I definitely would, if given a chance to go back, I would, just cause. Yeah, like just to bring everything full circle for sure. But just to, you know, I just can't wait to travel abroad again. It's so much world to see, to be trying to double back to places you've already done visited. So
you know, like, every inch. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the good and the bad. I'm trying to like, you know what I mean? I'm not really too pressed to go back there, but if the opportunity did present itself, of course, for sure. But we ain't got to go back there just so suddenly. No, it's too much world, especially Asia alone. Man, there's so many countries, other countries in Asia I want to hit.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's like, I wouldn't even bat an eye about trying to double back to China. But just definitely tap into other lands, see what they're talking about over there. Because China was harmonious. Surprised in my last 14 days, China was lit. The best experience I've ever experienced. So I'm like, man, I can only imagine other places, South Korea, Japan, Bali, what else? Malaysia. I'm like, man, I forgot about Thailand. I know Thailand is lit.
You gotta be very careful there, though. You all watched Hangover. You know what to watch out for.
No, for real. I know it's lit over there, so it's like, well, there's so many other places to visit, and we just talking. That's just Asia.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like, man.
I spent nearly 4 years of my life in and out of South Korea. So.
Oh wow.
So I learned a lot there, and my last trip there, I took my wife and daughter with me. They lived with me for 2 years. So that's when I went to China and Thailand, and we had a great time. I hit Hawaii on the way back. So we got to see all that stuff.
It was lit. Yeah. That's like, oh man, I heard South Korea is dope too. Like,
oh yeah,
like just far as just how they embrace American and Western culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's lit out there. I heard it's lit. So I'm like, damn, I definitely want to see this talk about. I want to see this talk about for sure. Just cause of the aspect, you know what I mean? So what?
It's a beautiful country, and like you said, they embrace everything. Everyone that comes in there, they embrace you. They bring you in there, say, hey, free, come on with us, eat our food, share what you do, learn our traditions, we'll learn yours. And it's all it's great.
It's harmonious. Yeah. It's harmonious for real. It'll catch you by surprise. You'd be like, wow, I probably had a preconception of most Asians, and here I am actually in the land where they come from, and it's just like, I don't feel none of that negative energy that is displayed on the media or that I may have experienced in my life, you know what I'm saying, in the States. But it's like, man, now that I'm here at this very moment, shit, this is really nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, especially with all that's going on with the Asian Lives Matter, all that. I'm like, man, it's crazy, bro. I'm like, I have no pressure with no smoke, no animosity, no malice towards any Asian person, especially Chinese. Cause I came from the land. I lived, you know what I'm saying? I lived where y'all come from. And it's like, man, meeting the actual natives of the land was, man, such an experience. They were so down to earth, so just giving and just considerate and selfless. It's just like, man, I received some of the best customer service I ever received in my time.
I mean, after eating traditional Chinese food there, was it hard to get Chinese food back in the States and say this ain't real?
I don't even bother. I don't even waste my time with Chinese food here.
Yeah.
Unless I go to an authentic Chinese restaurant that I know, you know what I'm saying, it's the same dishes and stuff you're going to catch if you actually go over there. Right. Unless if that's not the case, then I'm not batting no eye or double taking it. I ain't paying it no mind. Hey, that's American Chinese food for sure.
That's not a number 7. I know what a number 7 is.
What? Food, definitely different.
So let's dive a little bit into the incident and how you wound up behind there for 14 days.
For sure. So it's April 4th, 2019. It's a Thursday, which is a day off for me. Okay. And I plan on attending an event later in the afternoon with some colleagues and friends. So before I go, I'm a pregame. So those that don't know what pregaming is, that's before, say you and a group of people finna go out for a night full of festivities. Before y'all actually go out, though, we're going to say, hey, let's meet up at so-and-so house, and we're going to turn up at the house first, and then we're going to go out and have even more fun. So that's what pre-gaming is. So I'm in the apartment by myself. I'm drinking some Chinese liquor, smoking some cannabis on my little pipe, and get done. I'm faded. I'm ready to go. Getting dressed. Whoop. Here, knock at the door. Look through the peephole. It's 3 officers from the Beijing police. And it's like in that moment, I'm like, they're not supposed to be here. What are they doing here? Like, why? Like, y'all not supposed to be here. What are y'all doing here? Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm like, let me put everything up. Put everything up. And open the door. And they walk straight in. One of the officers, he's questioning me about drugs. Of course, I'm finessing, lying. Like, I don't know what you talking about. Like, nah, bro. Are you tripping, bro? Nah, passport? He goes, passport. Yeah, you need to see my passport. So I go grab my documentation, bring it back to them. They sitting there looking over it. Other 2 officers, they just walking around the apartment just casually. And time passes. Another officer enters the apartment. He has something in his hand. He hands it to the officer I was originally speaking to. And that officer tells me to pee into the cup. So it was a drug test right there on the spot.
Oh, wow.
And literally, as soon as he said that, I'm like, it is over. I don't know. I can't remember if my head dropped or not, but I knew in my spirit, I'm like, it's over with. I'm just looking at it like, bro, it's over with, bro. It's over with. So I do the drug test, fail the drug test, of course. Now, more officers to enter the apartment. One in particular that entered, he speaks English fluent. So he's speaking to me. You know what I'm saying? He's just interrogating me about failing the drug test, who I get the weed from, and all this, that, and the other. Once he realized I wasn't giving him or going to give him any viable information, because I'm from Atlanta, bro. You live by the finesse, you die by the finesse. I'm gonna sit here and try to finesse the situation until I can't no more. And then once it's set in stone, I can't no more. Then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just living by the finesse. Once I die by the finesse, he made it clear, like just cut the bullshit, bro. Like, we know you caught red-handed. We know what's going on. You know what I mean? Once he made it evident, I'm like, okay, cool. You saved us plenty of time, because I was going to sit here and go back and forth with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had no clue. But all right, cool. It is what it is. I got to hold myself accountable at this point. So they slapped the cuffs on me, confiscate everything, and send me down, walk me out the exit. We exit the building and send me down in the van, the police van. And I'm just sitting there handcuffed, just reflecting, in shock that this shit is happening. It's like, oh, it's real. Like, it's really happening. I can't believe it's happening, but it's happening. I don't know what's finna take place. Nobody has explained anything to me in regards to that. Nobody knows this is happening to me in addition to all of that. So this will be interesting how everything will play out. But most importantly, you got to hold yourself accountable, Chance. 2, take note of every minor detail, because this is going to be a great story to tell when it's all said and done. And then 3, enjoy this hot one last time because we don't know what's gonna happen. Enjoy this hot one last time because ain't no telling what's gonna happen. So they just moving me from precinct to precinct, doing interrogations, they locking me into these metal chairs that look like electric chairs. Literally, the chairs like my shins, thighs, waist, chest, arms, all in one place. So I'm doing my whole interrogation just like locked in the chair, just like this. The only thing I can move is my head. You know what I mean? But I'm calm, cool, and I'm calm, cool, and collected because I'm still hot. One, two, just because my mind, I'm a positive spirit. All in all, despite how negative or bad a situation may seem, I'm always gonna look at the bright side to it. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm still calm, cool, and collected. All this being said, they take my mug shot, get my entire handprint, but they got my entire handprint when I first entered the country, so that right. Wasn't like that was anything new. So hours done passed. I'd have been in these folks' custody for probably like 14, 15 hours at this point. It's nighttime. I've been handcuffed the vast majority of the time. So they finally come by, get me from the holding cell, and they walk me to the lobby, and they bring me my basket of clothes, send me get dressed. I'm like, oh shit, boy, everything done worked out. Okay, cool, boy. I can start getting dressed. All right, bet. I'm you know what I'm saying, just waiting for the next set of orders. And they had me follow them behind this door that's behind the front desk. So we enter through the door, and now I'm in a hallway. At the end of the hallway, it's a small room, crowded with officers. Can't really make out what type of room this is, but it's a room for sure. So I'm following the CO to the room. And as I enter, I realize this is it got to be like some official evidence room because there's nothing but evidence bags from what I saw from different cases, all on shelves, all over the place, just evidence everywhere. And on the table in front of me, there's 4 TV monitors where they watch the footage from the body cameras of the officers. To the left of the monitors is everything that was confiscated from my apartment. So they take the cannabis that was confiscated and they weigh it up right in front of me. It totals out to be 1.4 grams. Now, whether you partake in cannabis or if you don't, we're talking units of measurement. 1.4 grams of anything is not a lot. You feel me? So, they put everything on paper, have me sign, thumbprint it, and then we get back in the van. I have no clue what's going to happen. I'm just being compliant. I'm like, I've been in these folks' custody for this X amount of hours. I've been compliant. I've been cordial. There's no way they're not going to take me home. So we riding. About 30, 40 minutes past. And we arrive at this facility with tall walls and barbed wire.
Uh-oh.
And I'm just like, fuck. Like, damn, bro. Like, we just get started. Really, I'm like, well, thought I was good. We just getting started for real. We enter the jail, go to the nurse's office, you know what I'm saying, do the typical physical, and then they give me my actual uniform to put on, have me put all my stuff in the storage room, and they escort me upstairs.
Think you muted.
I see a huddle of bodies sleeping. Just a huddle of bodies. It looks crazy. It looks like a slumber party. That's how I describe it in the book. And I'm just looking at it like, what's going on? Why it looks so cluttered? Why it looks so tight? Why do these folks sleep? In addition to that, it's 2 inmates wide awake, standing up against the wall, watching the rest of the inmates sleep. So with them up, and I'm the only one that's up, we lock eyes immediately. And we just have this awkward moment of just, you know what I'm saying? We looking at each other like they surprised to see me because the last thing they expected was for a person of color to come walking through this door. Yeah. And here I am. Why the fuck are y'all sitting here at 4 o'clock in the people sleep? What is going on here? What are we doing? Like, so I'm just like, whoa, what's going on? So I'm doing a head count. It's 15 of us in this cell. All right, let me count the beds. 1, 2, 3. It's 9 beds. That's why it looks like a slump. That's why it looks the way. That's why it's looking crazy. These folks just got to make room. It ain't like if you ain't got no bed, You know what I'm saying? You got to sleep on the floor. Like, nah, everybody has to make room for the amount of sleeping space that there is. So, all right, that makes sense why I look so crazy. I still don't know why these people are up watching these people sleep, but that's none of my business. I look to my left. There's the bathroom. It's in the cell. It's its own separate room. The walls are made of glass. So everybody in the cell is seeing to it. It's a sink. The toilet is a squat toilet, so a hole in the ground that you squat over pretty much. And the shower is a water hose with a shower head tied to it. And all on all hats and flies and shit flying all around the place. So it's not, it doesn't look the most sanitary. So I approached the slumber party, trying to find a spot to lie down. And one of the inmates that was up, he wakes up two of the inmates to make room for me. So I put my bowl and my spoon in the cubby up underneath the bed, and I just lie down on my back, and I'm with my hands on my chest, just like this here, and I'm just staring at the bright ass light on the ceiling. And that's when everything really, it was set in stone. Like, you're fucked. Like boy, you don't know what's gonna happen. Nobody has explained anything to you. You've been signing documents all day. Here you are in this jail. Nobody knows you're here. It's not looking good, to be honest. We're gonna keep it a buck. It's not looking too good, but I have to hold myself accountable. I have to. So the chips gonna fall where they lay, just cause, you know what I'm saying. I gotta play the cards I was dealt. You know what I mean. I was doing something I knew I shouldn't have been doing, and I still chose to do it. So these are the repercussions from it. It is what it is. That's not here nor there at this point. I'm locked up now. That shit is in the past. But moving forward, what can I do? You know what I'm saying? What can take place to get me up out of this situation? That's how my mind is working. So I'm just thinking ahead and trying to keep my spirits high all in all. And I'm like, well, first thing first, people got to realize that I'm missing. One. So in order for that to happen, well, I was supposed to go to this event. I was supposed to go to an event today that I didn't show up to. And I was supposed to meet colleagues and friends there. So it probably ain't a red flag, but it was weird because they was expecting me to show up and I didn't show up. And I'm sure they called me and I didn't answer. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now, that's weird, but it isn't necessarily a red flag. Now, when I don't show up for work Saturday for my 8 o'clock class, all hell was breaking loose. Because one, they got to find somebody at last minute to cover this class. You know what I'm saying? The kids pay per class. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna cause chaos within itself then. And one of my teachers, one of my coworkers, I was gonna meet at the event. So when she realizes that, okay, he didn't show up to the event and he ain't at work today, something is wrong. So I'm like, I know I'm gonna have to sit through at least the weekend before I become missing on people's radar. So I knew then and there, like, I'm gonna have to sit, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is at this point. I gotta hold myself accountable with the whoop. I'm just gonna have to stay down until I can come up. For real. But I ended up staying down for 14 days. And I had no clue. I'm here to tell you I did 14 days. The entire time I'm locked up, I have no clue how long I'm gonna be there. How shit going. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning how the process works as I go. So it ain't like the officers or the system is telling me. Nah, I'm just learning, just trial and error. You know what I mean? So it's a very mysterious and suspenseful story just because of that aspect. The unknown. It's the ultimate unknown. Literally, I had no clue. All I had was faith.
Definitely had faith. You have to have faith at that point.
Man, so yeah, I was locked up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 15 people in one cell, 9 wooden beds. And all I had for 14 days straight was 1 plastic bowl and 1 plastic spoon.
A little bowl of rice each day.
Oh man, soup, hella soup, really soup, hella soup, hella soup. But some food, man, it's crazy. But yeah, that was the experience in a nutshell, essentially. And what I broke down to y'all, that's all the first chapter, essentially.
Wow.
Yeah, it's still early into the story, so it's 13 more of the chapters. You know what I'm saying?
We
That
got 13 more days.
exactly. So it's like, wow, that's just the first chapter. Oh yeah, it's a hell of a story. No, it's a hell of a story. No cap. Especially once I start meeting different, the different foreigners and different inmates, and you get to learn their stories and their backgrounds, and it's just like, man, China does not play. China does not play. Like these folks is strict over here. But hey, shit, we here with it now, so it's just like we just trying to get out of here at this point. So, we good on China. We got the experience all of China thoroughly, good and bad. So it's like
Inside and out.
I'm good. I got a full experience in China thoroughly. I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
So what was the feeling when you finally got to see the sunlight again walking out?
Man,
I say sunlight, but it's probably that Chinese glare of pollution when you walked out.
Oh man, hey, that pollution was so good to see though. I was like, breathing it in, blood deep breaths, like what, like whoo. But nah, for real though, man, it was just a time. It was a long time coming. A long time coming. Like that song. It's been a long time. It was a long time coming. But it was really when it happened. Like when they called my name to leave. It was in the book. It's just so mind blowing because I had a vision. I had a dream earlier within the story that pretty much depicted on how I would get out because I didn't receive any information. So I was receiving a lot of visions throughout my time being incarcerated, just from the the universe and the ancestors of how long I potentially would be there and how I was how my release was going to transpire. Literally, I had visions about how both of them was going to play out specifically. And so when them folks called my name, you would think I'm sprinting at the door, but I'm so blown away with how in tuned I was with my subconscious throughout these 14 days to have visions and to see them visions actually transpire the way that I had them. It was just like, it was an epiphany, out of body experience. It's like a spiritual awakening. Like it was all that. Like it was all in one. So I'm sitting there trying to grab my bowl, but I got the bowl and my spoon in my hand, but I'm still on the knee, like just blown away because I'm flashbacking the entire dream that I had and just comparing it to how it is now. I'm just like, bro, my subconscious was spot fucking on. I can't believe like this is happening. I'm like, boy, this is powerful. But I get ready to go. So let me go ahead and get up out of here. You know what I mean? So, I was just ready to go, happy to go. And I was still curious about how, okay, now what's this release process like? I know what it's like being arrested here, being detained. Now what's the release process like? I don't know we don't see how this play out. So it was still interesting just in that aspect, like how's the story going to end? You know what I'm saying? Like for sure. But it was a break, man. It was an out of body experience for real. That's the best way I can describe it.
I mean, it's we know the end of the story now because you're right in front of me right now. You're alive and you're doing well. You're helping mold young men as they play ball now. Hopefully, in the same light that you learned as you were going through high school and getting beat up on the playing field by coaches and fellow players. Now you get to watch it from the opposite side of the lens. Say, hey, get down. You're good. Run 100. Go. All right. You want to mouth off? Get out. All right. So you got all that. You got all those lessons. Now you can parlay that back to them and make them into better young men as they grow into adulthood.
Yeah. In addition to that, I'm partnered with a nonprofit organization called the UMA Foundation. And where I come into play, we have a life skills segment where we work with at-risk teens, and we use 14 Days in Beijing, my book, as a part of our lessons. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Read my story and to see how my thought process was during the fog of war, to the unknown, and what I was able to do once I was made it out. Now, based on you and your situation, what was your mindset like when you entered the fog of war and the unknown? And what did you do with the, you know what I'm saying? Just making them think about things that they're not really thinking about, or they don't have anybody around them to make them think about, right. And how to take what you've been through to benefit your journey moving forward to the best, the best that you can, you know what I'm saying? Right. If you can goddamn monetize off of it, that's ideal. For real. That's ideal. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, never let no hard time humble us. You know what I mean? Everybody faces adversity. Adversity introduces a man to himself. Take what you need to take away from it, apply to your life moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
You're not judged by how many times you fall. You're judged by how many times you get back up. So
exactly.
You were able to get back up from a misstep. It's a misstep, youthful misstep, and on a big stage, though. On a big stage, you did it, but in the worst country possible to do it, probably. Yeah. You wanted to test the waters big, and you did it, and now you're back. So.
Yeah. Well, extreme daredevil for sure. Extreme daredevil for sure.
Like you watched too much of Joe Rogan's Fear Factor back in the day. You said, I'm not scared. I got this.
Nah, facts. When I look back on, I'm like, boy, I was tripping. I'm like, boy, I was wilding. I was really thugging. I was like, boy, I was really out there thugging for real. Really thugging, really thugging. But you know what I mean? I knew China embarking on that journey, regardless if I didn't get locked up or if I did, I knew I would gain everything that I needed to gain as far as the next step of re-identifying myself now that football's over with, finding a career path, figuring out what I want out of life, like answering all these questions that I could not answer prior to getting that job. You know what I'm saying? I knew I'm gonna grow, and I'm gonna benefit from this experience when it's all said and done with. Now, did I anticipate all that shit happening the way that it did? Absolutely not. But you know what I'm saying? It took everything playing out the way that it did for me to be where I am now. And I have an identity. I can sit here and elaborate on myself all day, every day. You know what I mean? And I'm taking what I've been through and capitalizing on it, and I'm motivating others in addition to all of that. So, you know what I mean? It's been a journey. Honestly, it took all of that to get to where I am. So, and
you still got a long journey ahead of you. You're still a young man, so you still got a long mountain to climb. So you got to pass us and keep going. Us old guys.
No, definitely. We just getting started for real. Just getting started. The marathon continues.
That's right. You got to keep moving forward. So if you could give 3 pieces of advice to a young man or young woman that's right now relying on sports for their purpose and needs to find that next thing, what would you give them?
Man, how well do you know yourself? Let me pose that question first and foremost, because based on your answer to that question, everything else as far as what's next for you, what you want out of life, that should be easy to answer if you truly know yourself. I thought I knew myself until football came in, and Chance, who are you? I couldn't answer that. So if you don't truly know yourself, you in for a rude awakening. But don't let that shit discourage you. You know what I mean? Take it, you know what I'm saying? Take it as a motivation, you know what I'm saying? Inspiration to figure out what's going to be your next endeavor or endeavors. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? It's long, and quote to Nipsey Hussle, he long-winded, running through this life like it was mine. Never settling, but setting every goal high. 1,000 burpees to my path to success or on self-destruction. But what's a mistake without the lesson? You see, every person is defined by their reaction to any given situation. None of us know who we are until we fail. Well, who would you want to define you? Someone else or yourself? Whatever you do, homie, you know what I'm saying? Put your heart to it and give your all and stay strong. You know what I mean? It's going to be a marathon. It's not going to happen overnight. Get that shit out of your head. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be a journey. It's a marathon. You know what I'm saying? Just stay 10 toes down, bro. Just keep running. The only distinguishing quality between anybody that is going through this, already went through this, or is finna go through this is just this journey of just self-development and just finding yourself and your purpose, all of that, is that you're not going to quit. You're going to face your adversity, all of that. You're going to face your hardships. you're just not gonna quit though. That's the only distinguishing quality. You're just not gonna quit. You know what I mean? So don't quit, man. Continue to try new things, broaden your horizon, and every day broaden your level of understanding. And what I mean by that, your understanding of the world, yourself, most importantly, your world specifically, and the worlds that coincide with your world. You know what I mean, all in all. And man, whatever you do, man, just be the best at it. And shit, the only thing that's gonna stop you is you.
That's all good stuff right there. And if the youngsters listen to that and they don't heed that, that's on them. I mean, like, talk about choices. That's a choice right there. That was perfect right there. What you just said. Be your best version of you, and no matter what you want to do, be the best at it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be a DB, be the best DB. If you want to be a garbage man, be the best garbage man out there. Pick it up and dance while you pick up the garbage. And do what you got to do. Be happy doing what you're doing.
No, definitely.
But love what you do on a daily basis. That's great. How does someone get in contact with you to maybe have a talk with Chance on their show, or to come talk to a group of youngsters?
Yeah, man. Y'all can find me on all social media platforms except for TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. That's too new school for me. But Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Chancellor K. Jackson. My tag, my user tag is Corley. My middle name, Corley J, Korlehj. So y'all be able to find me on all social media platforms. Definitely copies of 14 Days of Beijing available on Amazon. I also have a free version of 14 Days of Beijing on Amazon, Apple Books, and Kobo, which is the first 3 chapters of the book. Get your feet wet. You're thoroughly immersed into the story, and by the time you get done with chapter 3, you be like, I got to see how this motherfucker end. No cap. So I got options. I got ebook, I got paperback, I got hardcover, audio book coming soon. The choice is yours. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving you no option but to embark on this 14-day journey with me. In this spot, you know what I'm saying? So definitely get y'all copies of that. I got some more books coming soon. I got some romance novels coming soon.
Hopefully those weren't written during those 14 days. So.
Oh me. But yeah, I got some romance novels that piggyback off of 14 days. You know what I'm saying? So it's all gonna be a series. I'm excited to drop. They're gonna go even crazier than 14 days. Oh, man. So it's just, man, just I can find me, man. Just Google me. Honestly, Google Chancellor K. Jackson or Google 14 Days of Beijing. I'll pop up for sure.
Awesome. It's been great talking to you, Chance. Great getting to know you a little bit. When your next books drop, I'll bring it back on. You can show them off too. Get them that little taste to buy that too.
On me, I got to embark on this journey of emotional intelligence that most men suffer from. On me.
You have a good night there.
I appreciate you, Rich. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Blessings and balance to you all. Yeah, be running your marathon.